Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be flipping through my planner again. I had some fantastic feedback on my Instagram account for my last video. The name is here for my planner Instagram account if you are interested in that. And I thought I would give you another flip through of January and February, as February is basically over. So January is the longest month of the year and February is gone like that. So yeah, let's get cracking and I'll show you where we're at. I need to go to where January is. So here is the start of January. Filled in my bits and pieces here, still leaving these blank because I want to do a bit of memory planning, but I haven't got around to doing it. This was my January. It was a pretty busy month, to be fair, as well as being the longest month ever. One of my targets or kind of aims I wanted to do a bit more this year is some more lettering. So I do like having quotes and stuff across my planner, but I wanted to kind of get in the habit of testing out different lettering myself. So I'd obviously written cheers to a new year and another chance for us to get it right in the sidebar, and you'll see that's a bit of a recurring theme as I went into this year, and have kind of tried to add a quote to the sidebar each week. I absolutely loved this spread. It kind of felt like it sums up New Year's, doesn't it? So I went for a rainbow of fireworks. I actually used just black kids sugar paper. I stole a sheet out of a colouring book that the kids had, and I cut it to fit the kind of centre row, and then I used chalk pens because that kind of seemed to give the like neon glowing type effect that I wanted for my sketched in fireworks. And then it kind of had to be gold trim, so I used some gold washi, some gold stickers. Obviously I had to have a Hello 2020. It was a pretty quiet week in terms of kind of things going on, which is why I didn't really need to have very many boxes at the top with activities, but I was trying to get back in the swing of things, so I did have a pretty substantial amount of to-do lists at the bottom, most of which have got ticks on, which is pretty good. And as I said, I went for some quotes, and I've been trying to pick quotes that seem, I don't know, appropriate for the week or my mood at that particular time, because I feel like it would be a nice thing to reflect back on to kind of see where I was at and what I was thinking about. So I went with, what a wonderful thought it is that some of the best days of our lives haven't even happened yet. Okay, so this was my second week in January. I thought I would try something very different, and I would put the washi the other way. So I would run my washi vertically instead of horizontally, and I really liked it, kind of changing it up. It almost looks like a totally different planner when it's laid out like this. I use these kind of splodge kind of paint mark stickers that came from the pastels mega pack. I did a spread last year that was pastels, and I really didn't like it, and it kind of put me off pastels, but I decided that if I tried pastels with a pop of black I might feel a bit better about them, and I did. So I had kind of different boxes with quotes or activities that we had going on, and then I had some sort of running to-do lists going on each day. And my quote for this week was, be so full that even if they take and take and take, you will still be overflowing, which I think is a pretty good quote for a mum, because we get a lot drained from us a lot of the time, I think. And one of my focuses this year has been to try and find a little bit more time to fill my cup up and not just everybody else's. But yeah, I really liked how this turned out. It was really simple, but I loved that kind of pop of black in amongst the kind of pastel rainbow. Now this spread was a bit of a cobbled together job. Some weeks I sit down and I have a plan in mind. So this was a week where I had kind of planned in advance that I wanted to do the vertical washi tape, and the week before I definitely planned the fireworks in advance. This week I sat down, had no idea what I was going to do, and just started flicking through sticker books. However, this week was, I want to say it was sticker day. I can't remember which day it was. It was sticker day. Maybe I think that was Monday that was sticker day. So I went for a bit of a kind of happy planner theme, for want of a better word. So I used a lot of the kind of discs that come down the middle of the happy planner, kind of lots of disc stickers. I use disc stickers for my to-do list. I use them for decoration. I use stickers with the discs on. This week I also started playing around a bit more with some coloured pen, which I really liked doing because I think it helps to kind of just make it look more visually exciting. And I also played around a lot more with my lettering. As I said at the beginning, I wanted to practice more with my lettering this year, so I was practicing with kind of some different sorts of fonts. There's some cursive font, I've got some different bits and pieces, different sorts of writing, and I think it does sort of make things pop off the page a bit more, alongside using different colours. So I really liked that, and I thought this was a perfect quote for a planner. Outer order contributes to inner calm. This could be my mantra for life. If I have got things under control, I feel calm. As soon as things start slipping, not so good. But yeah, I really liked the kind of hodgepodge nature of this one, with kind of nothing's very linear, it's all kind of a jumble, but I really like it to kind of look at. For some reason I find that really pleasing, that kind of, it's very busy. Oh my goodness, I can't express how much I loved this spread. This was so much fun to make. I basically had to go through every single sticker book I've ever owned so that I could find lots and lots of tiny stickers in each colour to fill the boxes. It was so much fun, and it was really therapeutic. I sat and did it, and we had a film on, and I just was kind of, because when I was picking stickers out, I didn't need to be giving the sticker books my like full attention, so we watched a film and it was just really fun. And obviously the rest of the spread, when you look at it, is really simple. So I put in a little bit of my sort of rainbow scalloped washi tape that I use quite a lot, and I put in to-do lists for each day, and the rest I kept pretty simple. I was again using the different coloured pens because I felt that worked really nicely for my to-do list, and I also started using a grey highlighter as a way of kind of ticking stuff off when it was done, which I thought is nice because it means you don't kind of have to cross through stuff and make it look untidy, which bothers my very neat, tidy sort of brain. But you can still see what it is that I've done, and it's a way of kind of ticking it off so that it looks neat. And again, I was playing around with different sorts of lettering, so I've got kind of a mixture of kind of cursive and capitals and kind of more sort of fun sort of prints, and this was a really fun one. So this week's quote: the time to be happy is now, the place to be happy is here. I feel like if anything embodies happy, it's this particular spread. I absolutely, like I said, love this one. And because January is never ending, there was another spread for January, and I played off what I'd done before, where I said I had put the washi in vertically, but this time I tried it with some of my favourite scalloped washi, and this was such a quick spread to put together. I literally had rows of washi, sticker, that was all I did, because I set myself the challenge on this particular week not to use box stickers, because I like a box sticker for making my events stand out, and I had kind of got into this, not a rut, but it's my style, I guess, putting events in a box. Let's find an example of what I mean, because I didn't do it here, but like here I've got events in boxes and to-do lists listed down, and I just wanted to try something a little bit different. So this particular week I didn't use any box stickers. I mean, I guess you could argue I sort of cheated because I just drew my own boxes instead, but I actually really like the look of the hand-drawn boxes. I think it kind of makes it look a bit more sort of rustic, I guess, and a bit more used, if that makes sense. A little bit less perfect with the little hand-drawn boxes, but I think it's really cute, and I loved playing with all the coloured pens. I've definitely been getting into a vibe of loving using the coloured pens. And I have also, I've seen it on some previous pages and forgotten to mention it, but I've also been trying to get in the habit of jotting down memory stuff. So I finished watching The Good Place that day. We watched the Miss Americana Taylor Swift documentary. I've been trying to kind of jot down things that were going on, so things that got moved and all that sort of thing. It's just a kind of nice way to record our lives, makes it nice to look back at. And the quote for this week: there are so many beautiful reasons to be happy. Simple but cute. And then we're into February. So that's a little piece of paper there that I use to keep a note of content plans that I've got coming up. I haven't filled this in yet because February is not quite finished, and I normally sit down at the end of the month and fill all of my currently things in. So February, the month of love. I had to be hearts really, and I didn't have any big enough heart stickers, so I just hand drew some hearts to decorate along the top. Used some washi tape to kind of mark where half term was. I kept it really simple. I've said before with my monthly spreads, I try not to put too much in them because these are really practical. They've just literally got all the different things that we have going on each month in them. But I do love this. When you love and laugh abundantly, you live a beautiful life. Which I thought was lovely. Because, you know, a life full of love is a life well lived, if you ask me. I should write that down as a quote in my planner one of these days. Okay, for this spread I had a little bit of a chat with Dylan first because this was his birthday week. So I asked him what sort of thing he wanted, and he was pointing at these confetti stickers and he liked the balloons. So I just kind of went with it. It hasn't got a particular theme to it. It's just basically all about colours and lots of confetti. So I've got all sorts of different washi strips in lots of books. So I basically layered up loads of different washi strips. I've got rainbow ones and striped ones and confetti ones and all sorts. So I used all of those. And then I just threw in these little squares are actually for the monthly spreads, but I don't really decorate my monthly spreads, so I thought I would start using them as some of my weekly spreads. So I just chucked some of those in, and then again, look at me, like a changed woman. No boxes for events. I stuck with my hand-drawn boxes again because I quite liked how that had worked for me. And again, I'd stuck with my to-do lists in colour and then putting a line through them in highlighter when they were done. This particular week though, I did end up with some gaps through the planner at the end of the week, which I took as a chance to practice some more of my lettering and stick in some more colourful quotes, because this was a week all about colour because that's what Dylan had wanted for his birthday. So my sidebar quote that I went for is, "Life is like an ever-changing kaleidoscope, a slight change and the whole picture alters," which when you think about it is amazing because it's so true. It doesn't take very much. It's just the way that you look at things and everything changes. Then I went with colour up your life, listen to the colour of your dreams and live a colourful life because, like I said, I needed to fill the gaps. This week was my Valentines spread, so it had to be hearts, didn't it really? These little watercolour heart stickers are basically some of my favourite stickers from the Happy Planner ever. I love them. I thought they looked really cute, kind of hanging down from the top, like decorations hanging from the ceiling, I suppose. I went for a sort of slightly romantic-y type quote. So I went, "See things in black and white and all the shades of grey, but love in a rainbow of colour." And then other than that, I actually kept it really, really simple. So I had some check boxes down the bottom with my to-do list, and then I had my activities in the middle. I play around with this every now and again, trying to be really linear. I don't think it's my thing. I don't mind using it and I can see why it's practical, but visually, it just doesn't make my eyes as happy, this kind of linear type thing. I love the hearts dangling from the bottom, but yeah, I'm just not, you'll probably see it again. I dip in and out of it in different styles, but this one is definitely, it works practically, but I just don't like it so much to look at when I'm finished. And here we have an example of, I talked about this in my previous flip through video, when I am super duper busy, I don't really use my planner. So this was half term, I had the kids off. I said at the beginning of the week I wasn't going to bother putting to-do lists in because there is no point having to-do lists on half term. I have learnt this before. When my kids are at home, off of school, to-do lists just make me feel a bit like a failure because I just never get to tick off as much as I'd like to. So I did start the week saying I was going to use my planner to record done lists. So I was going to make a note of all the things I achieved each day rather than a to-do list. However, as you can see, I did not manage to achieve a done list. I've just got what we had going on and some quotes and some florals, but it's cute and it's simple, and it's Sunday now. I might go back and put some bits in the gaps, or I might just leave it. And I went for my quote this week, which is everywhere on social media after the death of Caroline Flack, because this is a quote that she had shared, and it was, "In a world where you can be anything, be kind," which I think that's something we can all live by. And that brings you up to this week, which isn't filled in yet. So this is my week, my final week in February. Let me just show you. It's all set up. That's the design I've gone for this week. It's a bit of a collaboration with a brand called Rebel Ink Etsy shop. They sent me some stickers to try out, and these were really cute. I've been wanting to try out a boxes and spots spread for a while, and these just lend themselves to it beautifully. Boxes, I'm back to my boxes for all the different activities I've got going on. The quote stickers, let me just move this again so you can see. I've got quote stickers dotted through. They are stickers that came with this planner, so they are Amy Tangerine stickers. And I'm going to try something different this week. So I've put this gratitude turns what we have into enough sticker at the top, and I want to use this here to record things I'm grateful for. This is a practice that I've kind of dipped in and out of as I've had a planner, and I haven't done it for a while, but I think it's a really nice thing to focus on, is the simple things that I'm grateful for. Because it's just nice. It kind of, I think if you practice being mindful about being grateful, you are happier. So that is where I'm at. Also, while I'm here, I guess I can show you how my planner works. So I have this here, this plastic dashboard that helps me to know where I am. So when I pick my planner up, it's obviously got a tab at the top so I can find easily the week that I'm on. But I also have some other bits in here. So I keep a master cleaning list in here. And the beauty of the Happy Planner is the fact that you can pull pages out and then pop them back in again. So I move that week to week to remind me of what my jobs are that I try and do each week. And then I also keep, the kids at school have a 3-week rolling menu, and it's the same menu over 3 weeks. So I just pull this out and then I'll slot it in 3 weeks time, and it means that I've always got a record of what the children are having for lunch, so that we can make sure the dinner is not exactly the same. It doesn't always work that way, but we give it a good go. And that brings us into March, which I will be setting up very, very shortly. I hope for those people that were interested in my planner video last time, or interested in my planner stuff generally, that's an interesting little flip through of what I've been doing with my planner over the last couple of months. If you haven't seen the previous one, which was the last 6 months of last year, I'll pop a link to that one in the description box so that you can go and see the previous 6 months for this one. And I will see you all again for another video really soon. Bye everyone!